I'm here with Angus, Menuge, and what I want to talk about for a few minutes is human rights. And one of the things that I find that I have in common with a lot of my non-believing friends is that we share some passionate concerns for things. We share a concern for how women are being treated in the Middle East and in various parts of the world. We have passionate concerns about sex trade and sex trafficking, and we have some things that we both resonate with on, but yet we have different kind of underpinnings or kind of belief systems that are under there. And I wonder if you could unpack and help our viewers think through this and human rights and how that flows out of a worldview, or maybe how it's problematic with certain worldviews.
Yeah, as you say, it seems to be almost innate that we recognize that humans have some special rights. Then the real question is, do you have a worldview that explains why we have them? Because human rights are special rights you have just because you are a human being.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the materialist perspective, Peter Singer, it seems to me, who's a materialist, is very consistent in saying the whole idea of human rights is speciesist. Others have pointed out that if you just base it on us as biological creatures, well, in fact, the humble cockroach is just as well adapted to its environment as we are to ours. And it's very difficult to see why one parcel of matter would get special privileges. And so the thing starts to fall apart. The Christian understanding actually gives us a basis for this. It says that we're specially made in the image of God. There is something special about us, and that's why we're called to be stewards of the rest of the world. So because of the way that we're made, and because of the special gifts that God has given us in order to carry out our work as stewards, you would expect that there's a particular value that human beings have. But notice that brings in something that transcends the material.
Yeah.
We don't understand what a human being is without God.
Yeah. There's something instinctively in us that I find that, and I wonder if you could speak to this as you interact with people of different worldviews. There seems to be something instinctively within us that says, even no matter what our worldview is, that says no, there really has to be human rights, and sometimes they can't connect that. They don't have anything to actually support that with. How have some of non-believers, people who don't believe in God, as you've interacted with them, how do they respond to this?
Well, what they try and do is to call attention to our special, usually psychological characteristics, and so they say, well, maybe it's because we have consciousness, or because we can reason. Trouble is, if the physical world is all there is, these are just further phenomena that arise by chance. And without God, you don't have any basis for saying that it's more valuable to be conscious than unconscious, more valuable to be rational than non-rational, and so on. And so they make a leap. In the background, it seems that they do assume, as kind of borrowed capital, a basically Judeo-Christian view. And they've inherited this as kind of obvious. It's obvious, and you see it. I went through Auschwitz earlier this year, and there were many people there, many of them non-Christians, and all of them, the way they reacted, showed that they thought that something sacred was violated in Auschwitz. They could contact that truth, even though they did not profess a belief in God.
Yeah. So I think one way we connect as you're watching this, and one way to connect with your friends who don't believe in God is to find mutual causes that you share, and then ask them, why do you feel so passionately about this? And you help them kind of think through what they feel inside, and you love them in this way. As we often say, apologetics is about loving your neighbor, and so you love them by saying that is a good thing that you're for, but why are you so passionate about it? And it's an opportunity to talk about God and talk about the gospel.